Hello, my friends, and thank you for coming to visit me in my wobbly mounted. See if I can stop it from moving. Shaved in, where we're going to shave another time. You can see I got some built up here. Today's shave is brought to us by Panacremas Navia Rosa Red. I wish I had an educated schnoozle. I could tell you what it smells like or what the notes are, but my sniffer isn't well educated, so I just tell you that it smells really nice. I feel very fortunate that I have this red, and there's lots of it in the, not a tin, this is a ceramic container. And I'm face lathering today, which is not something I do a lot of. So this is just the initial load. This is about a 15-second load. It's very hard soap. This is a doesn't take too much to get a good lather. This is one of my favorites. I have Rosa and I have blue. I don't have the matching aftershaves yet, but that'll come along in time. I didn't know that they had it matching aftershaves until fairly recently. And it just happened on their website. There they were. But I have to wait a little bit to pick that up. This is not an inexpensive soap, but it'll last a long time. I've had the blue for a couple of years, and I don't use it a lot, but it's in the rotation, and it doesn't seem to be used up very much. Roughly the same thing has happened with Prix de Provence is another triple milled soap that I have that seems to it doesn't seem to get used up very fast, and still has wonderful creamy lathers like this. And it just goes and goes and goes. Oh, okay. Not enough about the soap. Today's brush is the Sterling fan-shaped badger. I don't know what kind of badger it is, but it's nice. It's soft. It's well broken in. It's especially good for loading off of a puck like this because of its got a great flat surface on the top, and it holds a lot of lather. And today's razor is new to me, and probably for the razor it's, what do you want, sweetie? Oh, Safety Cat's wanting up in her spot. She knows that I'm doing something, so she wants up in the window. It's hot and steamy out today, so I had the window closed. This is a Red Imp. Where's the camera? Red Imp wedge. It appears to be a new old stock. I honed it up on my conical, and then finished, just kind of polished up the edge on a J-Nat, and it has next to no bevel at all on there. There's just, well, I'll call this a micro bevel. This is they call it a wedge, but it's really kind of a near wedge. It's got a little bit of hollow out here. Because I gotta imagine pointing a true wedge would be a pain in the lower back, because you have to hone the whole face or tape. But if I were to measure the width of the bevel on this thing, it would be well under 1/4 millimeter. It just, this thing comes down to a point, and when I gave her the business on the stones, it just brought the wedge pointier. So this cutouts, or this narrowing that you see here, I just didn't have to hone there. So I was riding this edge and nicking a little off the bottom here, and it is honed up pretty good for the first time. I believe that it's not been used much, because this is a made by Case, and they like to blue the tang, or use metal or bluing, and this is just, the bluing is just perfect. So if it's been used, it's not been used much, and it is quite a shaver. Now, being a wedge, it's not going to give you a lot of sound, but it feels real solid when you're going through your stroke. Not a lot of audible feedback. You have to kind of go by what you're feeling through your fingers. Got kind of a, I don't know, is this French point? Is that what they call that? And on a knife, this would be called a sheep's foot shape on the nose. And it this on the first pass, I'm pretty sure that this is a passable street shape. I could stop right here and walk around, and people will think that I've shaved, but I will know myself that there's still whiskers here that could be harvested. So we're going to continue on. I failed to plug my microphone in. Well, I'm not going to worry about that too much, because the last couple of videos I found that I can bump up the audio in post-production, so you'll be able to hear me. Anyway, I don't know about the quality of the sound. Another problem with getting old is I don't hear as well. I do like the smell. So what I'll do is I'll probably use something reasonably neutral as far as aftershave, so I can enjoy this fragrance. I don't know if there's red and blue and green and black. There are 4 colors that I know of that are in this line, but I only got 2 before they had discontinued the crockeries. I just about caused myself some grievous injury there. I came up and I was gonna amputate my earlobe there, so I had to move in, and I almost forgot to lift up on the edge a little bit, and that's not a good thing. Don't do that. That's a important safety tip from Major Rich today. If at all possible, when you're shaving, always go this way with the blade and try to avoid going this way. That'll save you some precious bodily fluids, especially when they're sharp like this. And then if you got a sharp point like right here, see if you can, yeah, right. Yeah, there's an idea. When you got a sharp point right there, try not to let that dig into your face, because that'll also cause damage to your hull plating and allow the precious bodily fluids to leak out. We like to try and avoid that. A lot of fellows will take that point and they'll, the mirror being glass is going to be a little bit harder than the metal, and they'll just kind of, if you can hear that, kind of tap it on the mirror, and that'll kind of mute that, make that point not quite as sharp as the rest, and prevent that tip from grabbing you and hurting you. Two passes is pretty good with the, for me, with this razor. Let's see how we're doing. There's not much left here. There's a little bit here, just a little bit here, but just not much. I'm right on the edge of irritating myself here. I think what I'll do is I'll take care of these two spots here, and I'll leave this alone so I don't injure myself or cause strawberries, which will cause me some irritation when I do the alum. See, I've got a little bit of probably a bump in my skin that isn't a bump anymore. Yeah, I took care of that. Yeah. You should see the amount of lather that's on my sponge. My goodness. My hair grows out like this from my nose, kind of at an angle, so I'm going this is more truly against the grain here. Yeah, that'll do her. Weather Channel is buzzing off. It's the sun's shining outside, but it's super humid. So I imagine you're telling me it's keep an eye out for bubble up storms. I have some grass to mow. Not looking forward to it because it's mighty humid out there and hot, and I don't do well in heat anymore. It's another problem of getting old. Well, let's see what the alum has to say about today's shave. Good here. Oh, I got a little ouchy owie there. This one. And just an overall kind of a buzz, because wedges usually don't take any prisoners when they go across your skin. Yeah. No prisoners taken. So the alum will close up any little weepers that'll appear later. Sometimes when I shave, 10 or 15 minutes later, a little weeper will develop. We'll hit it with some, there's lemon. Just a little bit. And then maybe, use the Nivea 2-in-1. Pow pow. In a nod to Nurse Dave and Barber Dave. Both of them representing Hombre's Barbershop in Tucson, Arizona. But I'm going to call that a shave. I'm really smooth now. There's just a little bit of slick from the aftershave and a little bit of residual maybe from the soap. I'm not sure. But it's worth keeping and not going any further so I don't damage myself. We used today the Red Imp Wedge. New to me and probably new to shaving for HIT. It did a wonderful job today. We were using the Sterling fan-shaped badger knot. And our soap today was Panacremas Navia Rosa. That's all we have for today. I'm Major Rich, and you'll find me at theshavingcadre.com. We probably have the best collection of people vlogging all their shaves on there, and it's quite a thing. You can pick up a lot of tips or watch somebody else shave. You can see something that they do and incorporate that into your straight shaves. Or there are fellas who use DEs or single edges. These guys are. I'm a big fan of Schick racers, but my first love is shaving with straights. But by all means, come visit us at the shavingcadre.com. If you're catching me on YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you like, subscribe. That helps me out. There's no racing because I'm creating content for the page, but the more viewers, the better it makes me feel. So thank you so much for seeing us, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.